Hello, I am Izzy Noodles. Welcome to the Ancient Artifact. We'll be whisked away to various locations in this level set, starting off with a short, creepy island setting. Okie dokie, here we are. This is pretty cool. Very creepy. So, firstly, I'm going to come into this building here. There's a lever inside here which will open the door to the building that's just over there. So that's the first thing to be done. Whoa. Forget what I'm doing. It's fine though. It's okay. So we've got some climbing to do. Come to this slope and you can do a standing jump just to grab this. So some of these jumps can be a little tricky simply because of the railings. But not too difficult really. It's just stupid pesky railings. So yeah, you want to be careful as you get higher in the room as well, because if you fall from the top, you'll just die. So make sure you do a running jump for that one, and then again to here. That's the last one. So we are quite a ways up now. Okay, come into here and we've got some flares. And just up here is the lever. Lara. There you go. Okay, so yeah, ooh, what's happening? Okay. So it's not showing us what it's done. That's the situation a lot in this level set. So you need to do a lot of exploring to see what has changed. So safely make your way back down. There we go. Okay, so before I approach the door, I'm just going to come the other way to deal with a dog. As the camera angle changes, that's when the dog will spawn. There it is. Just out of nowhere. Okay, and now head on through this way. So the dogs can do quite a bit of damage in this level. Just keep moving. So yeah, we will have a lot more dogs as well. Just here, we've got 3 this time. Okie dokie. So in this area as well, we have this hole over in this corner. This is a secret. So just drop on down. Follow the path. There's nothing in this room. So come to this room. And this secret can seem a little bit confusing. So if we continue that way, it looks like we've got stuff over there. There's water, and it looks like there's something on the other side. There's an area we can go to, but actually there's a current in the water that doesn't let you get to the other side. And I'm also not going that way to show you even more of what's there because there's a dog. So there's no point spawning it, there's no items. So let's just move on. This is actually a ladder. You would never know this. Took me a long time to figure this one out. So at the top is our secret. So just a couple of Uzi Clip pickups. And that is it. So now we can head back topside. Okay, so let me just show you what the deal is in this area. So straight ahead of me, that's the door I came through to enter this area. And over here. Okay, so we've got this little house hut thing, and there's a door you just see on the left side of the screen. There's a door that we're going to open so that we can drop down into the water. You see there's an item there. That is called a gold key. So we can't just swim over to it because there's a current here that pushes us away. So that's why we need to get the door open. We can drop onto the item and pick it up with no hassle. Now let's continue again. There's nothing we can actually do. We've seen we need something, but we can't get to it yet, so proceed along the path. Straight down here. And it looks very slopey, but we can get back up. There will be another dog. Okay. And if I come to this left side, Lara looks up at the rocks. So we need to do a bit of jumping. So this is the spot where we can climb on up, and I'm just going to enter this cave section just for an item. There's nothing else in here, just a single item. And it looks like there's this shrine. There's a few candles round and about, and it looks really cool and creepy. Okay, hop up to here. And then we can do a running jump to this ledge and grab these shotgun shells. Okay, so that is it. Let's exit this cave section. And now we've got one of the worst things for me in these level editors. We've got a banana jump to do, and I absolutely hate them. I'm not very good at them. I've managed to get a bit of practice in doing this. Okay, so I think the best way is hop back from the wall and make sure you are all the way left and just angle so the wall is sort of on Lara's shoulder, the very edge of her arm, just there. And hop back and maybe do a 3-step running jump. It's not easy to figure this out. Don't be too close to the wall either. And I always prefer to roll as well at the end, just in case she's on the very edge and could make it. So yeah, I got it in one. I've been able to get good. I was very bad to begin with. And I did pick up a medpack as well. So from here, we're hopping over to this column. And now you have to decide how many times you really want to make that jump, because we can grab a secret. So that's the secret over there, the medpack. But we can't come back from this secret. We have to drop down and do the jump again. Yeah, you gotta decide, do you want the secret or not? So the reason you can't get back is you see the sloped edge by the column? Yeah, that just stops you from grabbing that. That's so annoying. Okay, so let's do it again. So all the way to the wall, all the way to the left, hop back, make sure you're still all the way left, angle, hop back again. Ah, I'm getting good at it. Okay. So over again. Okay, and next I'm heading over to this section. So you can jump straight through the tree. The tree does not impair any of your jumps. You can jump straight through it. And just grab the edge. Okay, so it... Ooh, careful with the slopes. So from here it seems you can't go anywhere, but actually we need to raise a cage so that we can get across to the other side. So to do that, we cannot actually grab this, no matter how much you try. Lara does not grab that. So just angle a little bit to grab this next section. Okay, and then shimmy all the way along until you can pull up. Right, and from here into this gap to the lever. There we go. So the lever has not really shown us what it's done, but it has raised the cage so that we can get across. Press the look button to get rid of that annoying angle. And we can shimmy back across. Just make sure you grab in the air to get into the gap just here, otherwise she'll just fall down. keep on shimmying, and this time, even though we couldn't climb into the gap, we can drop from the gap. There we go. Nice. So there we go, there's the cage. Let's just make sure we're on the tile space to slide on down and then just jump over that slope. So we've got this small church section just here. Let's take a look inside. We've got a lever, so I'll just go ahead and pull that. So it's showing us this section around the back of this small church area. Okay, it's showing us some grassy rocks. So also in this little church section, there's a door. And we've got a receptacle here. Do you think that looks a little bit like the gold key that's down in the water? But anyway, this is a place we will need to return to. Come around the corner, we'll have another dog. Whoa, I got stuck on the cross. Okay, so the little flyby showed us this section. We can, as you turn, you can actually see we can jump straight on through here. So this door opened when I pulled that lever. And now we've got some tricky jumps to make. So we see we've got to avoid some spikes and we want to get into a bigger church area. Okay, jump to this slope and then jump off again. Make sure you've got a bit of distance to avoid the spikes there. You cannot walk through them. You'll take damage. They don't kill you instantly, but you'll be taking damage. I'm at a very... You see where Laura's foot is? That's a very precarious spot. Jump up to this middle flat section. So that's the only place you can jump to. Everything else is a bit too sloped. And up to here, and this is actually a slope. So as you climb on up, jump off again to this safe block. There we go. And there is a bat. Where you at? There we go. Okay, yeah, we've got a new, different church section. And the first thing I'm going to do, we have to make a few precarious jumps across the flames here. There's no turning the flames off. But they won't set you on fire instantly. They just do a bit of damage to you. So we're going to get across these flames to the other side. So use the slope to grab this edge. And on this corner, I'll go around, but you have to be on this corner and not the next one to the right hand side by the wall. Because, I'll explain when you can actually see. So let's climb on up and then straight away jump back with a twist and grab. So you see below this column, there's the sloped sections. It's a little higher on the left and you can't hold on to that edge. You don't have enough room. I don't believe it matters here which side you're on, although looking at it now again in more detail, it looks sloped like a smaller section near the wall, so maybe don't be near the wall. Okay, so yep, same again, hop off immediately. And we can grab another medpack once we're up here. And then climb on into this gap. So I'm actually setting myself up for another section in this church area, another passage I can go through. So if you have a look around, you may realise you can't get there yet. So this is the only way you can come to. Drop down, but do not let go. You might just be able to see why. But as I come around this corner, that's why. Okay, so deal with the bats. I believe there's 2. Yep. Okay. And just up here is a lever. So that has allowed us to go through another passageway in this church section. So now let's return back to the main room. So you can't flip out of the gaps in this level either, so that's kind of annoying. We do have a lot of places where we might want to flip out of the gaps. Okay, down we go, back to the ground floor. So now I'm going to start climbing up from a different spot. So over in this corner, I'm going to use the slope behind me. There we go. And we've got a bit of a precarious jump. I hate these angled kind of jumps. There we go. Not too tricky, but they worry me. Okay, so in this corner we can see some revolver bullets. Let's head on over. And actually, these are a secret. Right, so now let's hop back to that section. It's not tricky, but I do make things look far more long-winded than what they actually are. Okay, and now we're heading over to this door. So we will be opening this door, but we need to get to the next section first. The lever to open it is in a different area. So you want to be on this slope, but you don't want to be too high so that she bangs her head. But yeah, you need a bit of extra height in order to get over here. Okay, now straight over to here. And for this next jump, don't be right up to the wall. It just gets in the way, but we're heading over to that flat section over there. And you want to be careful of this candelabra because it can just shove you to one side. Okay. And now into here. So the lever in that previous little room actually removed some spikes. This little pit here would have been a spike pit, but I have now removed the spikes. Okay, so in this room I'm actually going to be doing some climbing. You see we've got these columns. And this isn't as easy as it looks because we have a forced camera angle. This is so annoying. But if you look at the positions of the columns on the ground, you kind of see whereabouts they're placed. So the two there are actually next to each other. You don't need to angle from like a diagonal corner or anything. But this taller one, you will have to from the previous one. So we're climbing up to the lever that will open that door on the high level. So this column with the books, this spawns a bat. Did I get it? I will assume I did. Okay. So we've got a medpack as well. I don't know when the last time I saved was. Just in case I have an accident. Right. So from here, just hop, there we go, to here. And do a running jump over the barrier. And grab this. And then, this is kind of annoying, but just hit the slope that's there just so you can grab the edge. Oh, that's why. You see? That's a good job I saved. Yeah, doing a side jump in that position can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. Save you a little bit of time, really, though, I guess. Alright, so now pull up at this flat section and pull this lever. Nice, so that's that door open. Quickest way down, we will take a bit of damage, but just go ahead and do the fake grab. You won't lose too much health. And now back to the main church area, and we're going to head over to that door. So I actually do wish this level was a bit longer. It looks really cool. There should be more of these creepy island settings. Okay, back to this flat section. This jump's not tricky, really. Right, in we come. And here is a lever. There we go, so the door is open and we can grab that gold key. So drop down this gap. Okay, and now we are on the other side. We've exited the church and we're back at this smaller church just here. So we're gonna head back. We're gonna backtrack all the way to the gold key. So we can head back up this slope. You can see some flatter sections on the left. It's not too tricky to see where you can stand, but the sections have the diagonal slope. So you want to be careful how you're jumping. Okie dokie. Oh, I hit a slope. Right, and all the way to the far end, and we can enter that little hut. Okay, in we come. But before I actually drop into the water, we've got a chance to grab a secret. We've got a crawl space just here, so I'm just gonna step back a little bit. Okay, there we go, jump on up. And we've got a couple of Uzi ammo pickups. Nice. So now you can just drop down into the water and grab the key. So the current is still there, so it drags us forward. And then just climb on out and we can go back and use the key. Whoops. Oh, right. So, yeah, we are going to have to do the banana jump again. So that's something to look forward to for sure. Right, so against the wall, hop back. Make sure you're still to the left. Hop back, running jump. Nice. Okay, I've never missed this, but I do tend to get a little too careful. Okay, back we come into the little church and place the key. So this door behind me has opened up. Okay, very mysterious. So as I approach a little more, we'll actually enter the level and we'll get a cutscene. Alright, now we're actually down in a submarine. We're in a new level called the Submarine. So this is another very short level, so let's go ahead and get things done. It's shorter than the last one. So I'm coming up here firstly just for some items. There's nothing else but a few pickups up here. So we have some Uzis on top of this block. Plenty of ammo for that already. And some more clips on this block. Okay, and back down we go. Right, next I'm gonna come this way. So this is a very enclosed area, this whole level. So it's not too tricky to figure things out. This ladder here leads nowhere, so just ignore that. So through this crawl space, we've got a couple of pits that we have to go by, but they're actually flame traps. If you drop down into them, you'll get set on fire. But if you see to the right hand side on the lower section, that tile looks a bit rusty. That's actually a hidden shimmy gap. So just go ahead, drop down, but don't let go, and shimmy around to the edge and to the other side. Nice. And same situation again, except this shimmy gap is a lot more obvious. Okay, here we go, out to the other side. So from here we need to get into the opening that's down below. We can't touch the floor, the whole thing will set you on fire. So there's two ways to do this. You can jump over to that opening. There's no items, no levers or anything in there. But from there you can grab the slope or hit the slope and jump to this ladder. Or just go ahead and jump straight to the ladder from here. Whoops, okay, that was a bigger drop than I wanted. So from the second tile from the ground, make sure Laura's hands are at the top on the tile space, and then you can just go ahead and safely hop backwards into the gap and go ahead and pull this lever. So as I've said in the last level, it doesn't always show you what levers have opened up what. So this level is very much full of investigation. So as long as you explore this level, it's actually really easy. To be honest, I actually found this one a little bit boring, because it's basically the length and then going backwards and forwards to see what has changed. There's no enemies either. But I like Laura's outfit. We do get some outfit changes from level to level. They're pretty cool. Okay, and out we come. So now drop back down. Head through this way, and straight ahead of me, this ladder is actually the last thing that's going to change. The main goal is to get this hatch open. So that's the last thing that will change. So drop down to here. What do we got in here? So we've got this doorway, and we can see a lever, but there's an odd tile on the ground as well. So you might assume that we need to raise this block to get to the lever. So that's the situation there. We've got a crawl space with flames inside. We've got this doorway. This is what we have just opened up with the lever down in the other room. So also in this room, there's this Medpack at the end of the crawl space, but there's a flame inside the crawl space as well. That's actually a secret. And to remove that flame that you can see there, there's this jump switch. So this is very easy to miss. It's not even hidden, and yet it is so easy to miss. So I still can't get to that Medpack just yet, so I'll carry on for now. So I head into this newly opened room. It looks like there's a passage at the end, but there's not. It's a dead end. Drop on down, and around the corner is another lever. Switch to pull a switch. So what changed? Let's go and investigate. So back, where am I going? Wrong way. In this room. Okay, the tile has not raised, but the flames have gone out. So now we can enter here. So you see like an opening above me where I can stand up. That's the actual way to go, but I'm going to continue along because at the end of the crawl space is the secret Medpack. Here we go. So if you didn't pull the jump switch, there'll still be a flame on the tile that I have passed. Okay, so now I'm just going to return to that high opening in this crawl space. Okay, so there is actually a jet of steam, but it barely does any damage to you. Don't be panicking about that. And we've got another lever. So, still not seen what that's done. Also, there's this random little pool of water. The only reason I can think that there is water here is in case the steam jet actually sets you on fire, but I've never known of that in any level editor. Steam just does damage as far as I'm aware. It doesn't set you on fire, but I guess I could be wrong. Okay, so as we exit the crawl space, we can see it has raised this block and we can now pull this lever. Aha, so we have seen what that has done. That is actually that final hatch. We have completed the mission. So hop back up, and it's the ladder at the top of this ladder where the hatch is. Okay, up we come. So we're about at the end of the level now. So come on through here, do a running jump over this railing onto this submersible, hop on down, and Laura's a bit weird here. She feels like she's going to bang her head, so just come forward one space and then she's fine. So approach that desk console and we are in the next level. Nice. So yeah, the first two levels were very short, but the next ones will all be one video each. They're all pretty lengthy levels. So I hope you've enjoyed it so far, and I will see you next time. Take it easy, guys and girls.